I went back to the framework within the essay, which primarily I was looking at how how the process of learning, especially if we were introducing the idea of learning within the space of uncertainty, taking into account that discomfort plays a very important role. What appears as solution, and what play psychology or anyone who has worked widely on play psychology would resonate is the ability to make use of the affective skills that we already possess, but we kind of learn to work with them, and within the space of play, a lot of learning and a lot of reflection has happened on how were we playing with those affective skills. So I'll kind of go back to it and use this opportunity to share about it as well. So a structure that had emerged for us in that project, and that remains a sustained idea for me even now. How do you unveil? How do you introduce processes within unveiling? So if you were engaging with an art object, if you were engaging with an information, if you were engaging with a concept, how do you unveil it? How do you engage with the rigor involved in understanding that concept? How do you then negotiate discomfort that comes from meeting something new, which also inspires in you a feeling of not having known, of adventure, which is one end. It's a spectrum of feelings. So one end of the spectrum is adventure and joy and exploration and expansion. But the other end of the spectrum is also fear and aggression and anger and disappointment. And the space of play is constantly kind of balancing the two. And within the design process, what becomes essential is to figure a strategic pause and keep figuring those pause back into the system, back into the process, back into the systemic thinking if you're thinking of a wider organization that looks at play. Going back to pandemic, which has now become a footnote to all our stories. Pandemic was that strategic pause, whether we like it or not. And it's kind of built in us the ability, if we were looking for it, it's built in us the ability to go back into a reflection mode and learn to tweak and adapt and tinker with our abilities all over again. And finally comes, I think, in that structure, after pause comes play. Because, of course, most educators and most people who are in the business of transformation also are by default optimistic. So you do hope that after pause comes play, and play is where the new generation, the new work, the new thoughts, the new thinking happens.